What's going on, guys? It's Hi, and in this video we are taking a look at NATO straps. NATO straps have always been one of those things that really did not appeal to me. The fact that they are generally made from nylon or similar materials just made them look cheap and somewhat childish, because to me, a NATO strap is one of those things that you would give to a child that you're afraid would ruin the more expensive stuff, like a metal bracelet or a leather band. So you put on a NATO strap because it's generally cheaper and can take a little bit more damage. But you know how your taste buds change as you grow up? How something you hated as a child suddenly becomes enjoyable as an adult? Well, that's how I kind of feel about NATO straps right now, because I've just been obsessed with the NATO look and have been on the lookout for straps that matches with all of my watches. Luckily, I've been able to come in contact with one of the founders of Wrist Candy Watch Club, and he was nice enough to send me over some straps for review. Even so, that is not going to sway me in any way or make what I say biased. My opinions are my own, and I'm going to tell you honestly how I feel about these products. That being said, let's get started and take a closer look at these Wrist Candy Watch Club NATO straps. These are the 6 NATO straps that were sent to me from Wrist Candy Watch Club, 3 in 20mm and 3 in 22mm. These NATO straps are made from premium nylon, and the nylon material is 11.5 inches long and 1.25 millimeters thick. I find that this material is softer than the typical nylon, and that helps to keep things more comfortable. One thing that I noticed right away with these straps is just how pliable and how flexible they are right out of packaging. There was absolutely no break-in time needed for the straps that I received, and this transfers to actually wearing the straps on the wrist. Everything just feels right. The materials on the Wrist Candy straps are also smoother than the NATO straps that I already own. This makes them move more easily against the skin and just adds to the comfort of the strap. Holding everything together is 316 stainless steel used for the buckle and leash keepers. If I had to complain about the Wrist Candy NATO straps, it would have to be with the hardware. Nothing against the materials or the build quality, but just the way that they look. All of the hardware is polished, but to my eye, it just seems that the buckle and tongue is polished to a higher degree than the keepers. There's definitely some shine to the keepers, but they are definitely not a mirror polish like the buckle. This is just a little thing, but the devil is in the details, and this is a minor annoyance to me. Another minor annoyance with the hardware is that the keepers are circular. Because of the shape of the keepers, they generally tend to fall over, and if you actually wanted to wear your strap, you will have to manually lift the keepers up to be able to get the tail end through. Those 2 minor annoyances aren't deal breakers, but I would definitely like for Wrist Candy to find a solution. When buying fabric straps in general, there are a few things to look for. First, it is important to have quality stitching. If you look at the stitching on the Wrist Candy straps, they don't extend all the way to the edges. I can't say if this is better or worse than the straps with stitching that wraps all the way around the edges, but it can be argued that those straps are more prone to having damaged stitching. As the edge of the strap constantly comes in contact with other things, the stitching towards the edge may be the first to break. This is just speculation, so we'll have to see how the Wrist Candy straps stitching lasts in the long run. The second thing to look for in fabric straps is reinforcements along the edges of the strap. One issue that many low-quality NATO straps have is with fraying. With normal use, the holes and edges of the strap will come apart if the strap doesn't have some form of reinforcement. I'm glad to say that the Wrist Candy straps do feature these reinforcements on the holes and along the edge. However, it should be noted that the reinforcements do not extend along the entire edge of the strap, but only on the tail end corner. I don't know why this is. Maybe it's just not necessary to reinforce the entire side of the strap, but I don't mind it, because if the strap was reinforced along the entire side, it would be stiffer and will cause some discomfort. Either way, the reinforcements that are available on the Wrist Candy straps should help to make them last a long time, especially in the holes. In talking with one of the Wrist Candy creators, it was mentioned that each of the straps that they sell are handmade. I have to give them props for this, because in a field like this where you have to turn over a lot of different products, I thought that the production would be allocated to a machine. I'm sure that this is true for some company, but the fact that the people at Wrist Candy hand make their straps, it just adds to the value of the product in my opinion. At $15 per strap, I think that the Wrist Candy Watch Club NATO straps are a good option. The pricing is competitive with other brands and the quality is really top notch. I own a few no-name cheap NATO straps that, although are much cheaper, the Wrist Candy Watch Club NATO straps do provide a much higher quality and a better feel. If you're interested in these straps, head over to the official Wrist Candy Watch Club website to check them out for yourself. These straps come in a variety of colors, so there is something for everyone. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it around, comment down below with any thoughts or questions that you may have. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.